Hey, what's up everybody? It's DJ Phanatic Beats, content contributor for liveoffbeats.com. If you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at DJ Phanatic or Instagram at DJ Phanatic Beats. And Phanatic is spelled Phanatic. You know, I gotta be creative as usual. So anyway, today's video is about the miscellaneous features within any sound in FL Studio. When you access the sound, this is awesome for like arpeggiating. I'm gonna show you how to arpeggiate in the miscellaneous section of the sound. We'll go to channel rack here and select. I just choose the random, something simple like the FL keys that comes with pretty much every FL Studio program, DAW. So you select the sound and you basically go to this wrench here, which is miscellaneous functions. That's the term I was missing. You click on that and you're basically have access to all this stuff here. And what I'm focusing on here for this video is the arpeggiator section. So I'm showing you how to arpeggiate any sound built in. Basically, you don't have to use a plugin. You don't even have to, You don't have to use a plugin. You don't have to do almost sound design to get certain sounds to arpeggiate. You can do it automatically in this section, and it's a miscellaneous function. So I totally forgot that this was here, the arpeggiator. And basically arpeggiation, arpeggio is Italian, and I'll show you visually. It helps you understand it, but it's one note to the next note, and it kind of makes like a jumping motion as far as notes are concerned. Let me jump in here so that way you can visually see it and I can explain it better. This is just a pattern that I created real quick so I can demonstrate this. These are just simple block chords on every quarter note, and they're just 2-note chords, nothing too fancy or anything. But I'm gonna play these notes for you and show you what I'm talking about. Let me make sure I turn that off. My bad. Let's see here. Yeah, it's off. So I'm gonna jump back into the pattern here, and this is what it sounds like without the arpeggiator. I'll play it again. So I just created that simple melody. It has almost like an old school Baroque or classical feel to it, but anyway, let me show you the arpeggiation function. Now once you get in here, you click any sound actually, and you can go to the wrench tool, and you have these options here, the arpeggiator. To turn it on, if you notice, you hover over here, these little arrows or whatever. This is to turn it on. This is disengage right here. See it up in the left corner of the screen up here. Notice it says arpeggio direction off. So I mentioned in another video, but in case you ever get lost in FL Studio, it's always cool how they show you in this little section here, this display bar, display area. They show you what it means. So you hover over the arrow, it's arpeggiator direction up. So I'll get into that in a second. So actually, let's start with that. I select that option, and notice you have other parameters here. Time basically is the duration of the arpeggio. Let me play this section with it on so you can kind of get an idea. Here you go with the arpeggiator on, arpeggio direction up. Now notice it doesn't really sound, I mean, it may sound pleasing to somebody, but it's not really what I would usually do in a beat. But check it out when I shorten the time. So you get the idea. Basically what it's doing is playing these two notes at different times. It's jumping up and back down. So notice, look in the keys here on the left. See, it's very subtle, but it plays one then the other. And it doesn't play it as is. So that's a cool creative way that you can make just a regular chord progression very unique. Let me show you the other options here. Arpeggio direction down, basically it's doing the opposite. It's taking this note and going down. So we'll listen to that. So you get the idea. This is arpeggio, direction up and down. So it goes up and then down. It switches basically. I'll demonstrate. That's kind of cool. I like that one. And I'm not really sure what that one is. Sticky. Bounce. Oh, so it's a different expression of arpeggiation. So it goes up, down as well, but this is like a, I'm guessing it'll stick the notes. Yeah, this one sounds a little sharper. It's hard to tell, probably with these type of chords I made or this instrument. But yeah, definitely. I'm sure there's always room to explore and see which option you would like with that particular sound. Depends on what you're going for. I know these chords aren't really, like any, hip hop beat or whatever, but everyone makes different music. So just showing you this feature. I did want to show you the range. The range basically is an octave. So let me just demonstrate that. Now you can see how it's becoming more expressive and more, more creative. And all I did was just go in this little section on a regular FL keys, and now I'm able to just have something more musical. And look here on the left and notice how these are playing and these are playing. So you have two octaves now. I'll play it and pay attention to this area, and you'll see visually what's going on with the arpeggiation. And I didn't mention the gate actually. If you notice, it kind of, when I open it up, when I lower the gate, when I decrease it, it tightens up the sound. So it's kind of like making each note smaller. It's very subtle. I'm sure with a different type of instrument you'll hear it better, but I'll do it again. Hear how tight and short the notes are, and then I'll open it or increase the gate. Yeah. So you get the idea with that. That's the time. You can kind of adjust that to get it the way you want for that particular sound. And let's just play around here and raise it another range and have 3 octaves playing. I don't know what this will sound like. I'm just, thought I'll just explore a little bit. There you have it. As you can see, you can get some amazing results with just 2 notes. And you can also see it here in this keyboard display what's going on visually and how you engage the arpeggiator within this miscellaneous function section. So I'll play it again. You can look at this keyboard here. Check this out. And this is good for, like, I know not every producer is really good on the keys or, good at music theory or whatever. And you notice that right there compared to this. Is a big difference, and that was just by messing around with these little functions here. I actually forgot what arpeggiator. Okay, arpeggio repeat. I believe, I'm not really sure what that option is. Let's find out. Okay. I'm guessing it repeats that particular movement. Like if it's going 1 2, it's going to do 1 2 1 2 based on whatever repeat that you set it on. Because if you listen here, it's actually hard to tell with this time. So let's. So it's going from the high note to the low note because we're doing arpeggiator down. So let's hit repeat and see what it does. That's funny. It's just basically repeating that arpeggiation in that whatever direction that you have it set on, which is dope. You notice you can basically have a lot of creativity only in this section alone. And I didn't even get into this option here. You can slide notes as well. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let's take off repeat, leave range. Let's shorten it up just a little bit. And let's try slide. It basically is going to slide the notes that it's arpeggiating. I never done that before. It actually sounds like video games. And you can use that right there. Use that in a beat. There you have it. That's exclusive right there. You see how exploring with your program or just with sound, you can create new things. This is almost sound design with the arpeggiator, and it's very powerful and very creative. Just wanted to show you this feature. I'd never done that before. I never used the slide function. You can tell it's very computer processed, the sound, but if that's what you're aiming for, you just kind of created your own sound right here. Love it. Let's take off slide, and the last thing I was going to show you in this section, you can really get some crazy results in this chord area. Basically what you're doing is I have auto sustain, so it's just arpeggiating what I put in here. Imagine you click on it. It has all types of crazy scales. I chose for this demonstration a minor scale, but you can get really lost in here because these are very advanced scales. You got major 7, flat 5, you got harmonic minor, diminished. Oh, so you can arpeggiate based on the scale as well. So they break it down. You got automatic, and then you have your chords. So you can arpeggiate based on all these different chords. You have your 9th chords, 7th chords, 6th chords, 11th chords, 13th chords. Let's just pick a random. This may sound horrible on video, but for the sake of the video, I just got to do it. So this is a minor major 13th in a minor scale. So I have no idea what this will sound like. Yeah, let's just choose it, see what happens. Alright, that wasn't so good. That is like a scary... You know what? Being that it sounds so scary, you can probably use that like in a trap beat. Let's choose this minor major 11. Alright, let's just choose... I'm sticking with minor because it's a minor scale, but you can choose anything. Let's try... what is this? I don't even know what kind of scale that is. Now you can see how you can get lost in the sauce. Yeah, that arpeggiator function is insane. You can just totally create different things from just this. You just saw how creative you can be just in a section alone. And it doesn't really stop there. You can actually use it for other instruments. I think most of them you can. So let's just yeah, let's open up Nexus. I think I have it plugged in, yeah. And let's see how it sounds by itself. What kind of... Let's not do arpeggiation on Arpeggiator. Let's not do that. I don't want an epic pad. Let's see here. Let's just do a search for pad, just to show you what you can do. Alright, we'll use that. I can go through all these, but I don't want the video to be so long. So you hit the gear button, and you go to the wrench tool. Yeah, let me just walk you through the process. Basically, you hit the gear, detailed settings you see in the upper left, and then you go to this area, the wrench, miscellaneous functions, and here focusing on the arpeggiator section. Notice it's off. This is a very soft pad, and I actually like the sound. It's nice. You can engage it. Let's try up and see what happens. Let's increase the range to 2 octaves. Let's do plucks instead. That way it's easier. But you see the power of it. You can do pretty much any plugin just using this wrench tool. Like, you can use it for other plugins as well. There we go. There we go. Now we get it. So that's with arpeggiation on, going up with 2 octaves, and this is off. On. And let's try arpeggio direction down. Put the slide on it, make it video gamey like. Now I noticed certain sounds don't change that way, so I guess it changes the character of a specific instrument. Notice there wasn't much of a change there. Alright, you get the idea. I'm beating it to death, but yeah, you can always use this tool, this section, for pretty much any plugin you have. You know, whatever plugin you want to use. Even if you don't have all those, you know, you can still manipulate the sound, and basically it adds to your music. Instead of just regular chords, you can have regular chords and also clone this pattern and have the other pattern playing arpeggio. So you basically use it as a creative tool to make your beats more full, or just have like a breakdown or intro. You can use it in pretty much anywhere, and also make your beats stand out with this type of using that function. There's a lot of plugins that are arpeggiators built in, and then you can manipulate their settings, but this gives you access to quick arpeggiation pretty much with any sound that you load in here quickly by just messing around with those parameters. So hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I didn't go off the deep end with too much information. As you can see, I learned something because I'd never used that slide tool. I thought that was dope, how it made it almost like a video game, sound like an old school Atari or something. But yeah, it's your boy DJ Phanatic Beats. If you like to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at DJ Phanatic or Instagram at DJ Phanatic Beats. And again, content contributor for liveoffbeats.com. Keep making great music. Keep you know, exploring. Keep learning your dog. I mean, there's just so much in these softwares, that in all the software that, you know, is coming out that we don't use, and there are a lot of powerful tools that, you know, you might one day stumble across, and you know, you would love it for the rest of your life, and you go to it every time, and that could be your signature sound. So yeah, let me stop. Appreciate y'all. Keep making great music, and yeah, peace.